Once again, I am reminded that if I ever have a keen intellect or think I'm better than anything else or anything like that, just humble yourself. Hello, my name is Brandon Wheeler. I'm an indie author, and Sean Mafka's army incident happened. Can't talk this thing. Anyway, moving on. Alrighty, this is another book review time. It's not really book review in a sense. It's called The Abolition of Man by C.S. Lewis. What is this? It is I won't describe the back, just to read the back to give you the idea. It is a powerful piece of philosophy that deals with the topics of morality, education, and the disappearance of the objective values in the modern world. Lewis maintains the abandonment of the universal moral truths ultimately results in the decline of mankind. By means of rational discourse and ethical perception, he cautions of subjective relativism. Saying that 5 times first. And asserts the necessity of natural law. This small but impactful book invites the reader to keep up the struggle for the moral integrity and to discern the very foundations of human dignity and the ethical order. Now, I got this for Christmas, but I just finally got around to it and everything to read it. I mean, I've been reading it actually, I'd say almost for the past month and a half. It's not the version I would want. Like, I wanted a book version more like this, like it has this type thing, and I've seen it like that. But I've noticed, even when you order sometimes stuff like this on Amazon at times, it comes out different. It comes out like offshoot in some ways. I don't know why. Why am I getting the offshoot when I wanted the more version like this, the nicer one? I don't know, but one day I'll get the nicer version and everything like that, and then I'll donate this one to like library or so like that. But until then, I'm gonna keep it. But what is the book about? It's very like which one did I pull? Yeah, perfect. Like this. Trying to understand C.S. Lewis at the beginning is just kind of like, huh? But it's just like, alrighty. I just as a thing, just saying, I don't fully understand everything. This is again like Mere Christianity, where I'm going to have to take it and read multiple times in my life to try to get a better understanding of what it is. Maybe I should do an audiobook and listen to it one day. Maybe that'll help me actually put together some things how to say and everything like that. Like I've read Mere Christianity twice so far, and I'm still at. I read the first one in Korean, I think once last year. I'm just like, huh? In some ways, I understand it better the second time. It's just the way the whole vocabulary is and everything. Just the master work of using vocab that'd be natural to him. Just to me is like, oh gosh, I suck at vocabulary. You're an indie author and you suck. I don't have that capability and everything like that yet. Even if I wanted to, I don't know if I can get to it. Anyway, beyond my stuff, what is this book about? How is it? It deals with C.S. Lewis having to. I don't know if it was actually a lecture, or it feels like almost a lecture, or if it was a response paper to a couple of different things that were going on. Mostly, it wasn't saying what the author was. I'm sure I can find it if I look it up online. To like these two different guys who were writing things called the Green Book, as he calls it. I don't know what that means, or if it means. For some reason, I'm saying, okay, if you mean Green Book, do you mean like the Red Book, like communism type thing, or again, if I look online and discover what it's about, I can find out more details and everything like that. But it's much more, again, highbrow. He's addressing everything, and like the back says, the universal moral, which in the case of this, C.S. Lewis is describing as the Tao, in a way, or Tao or Tao, however you want to say it, and everything's like a universal truth and everything. Not even necessarily from a religious perspective or anything, but how different things, how feelings are not necessarily abject truth. It's not necessarily relativism or anything like that. There's like 3 sections in the book, 3 chapters, if you will. So, like, the first section is Men Without Chess, The Way, and the Abolition of Man. Again, the first section I didn't really understand much at all because it's mostly again response. Second section, similar thing. The third section I could understand much better in some ways, and it kind of ties in what it is that we're going on with. It's tying in like how man going against nature or human nature, whether you know, by religious perspective or not, if man wants to overcome nature, because it's always man against nature and everything like that, then the biggest thing man has to overcome is man itself. And that means like the abolition of man, you're destroying everything that makes man man, and you're just making things so that you cannot be man by overcoming man. That's why you get the transhumanism and different stuff like that, and different things that are going on. Is like, okay, I could see where he's going at today, and looking at today is like, especially getting like that today. So it got into a very interesting conversation with that and everything. But again, it is a tough read. At least to me, it's tougher. Maybe to others, it's like, oh, this is easy. I'm like, explain it to me because I am having difficulty. I'm having difficulty. But that's okay. Just because I don't get it right now doesn't mean I won't get it later. And I don't know. Have you read it or anything? Tell me what you think. I know it's kind of a short review, but it's just kind of, it's just complicated and everything and stuff. And maybe if I look up what the Green Book is and all these other things, it'd be interesting. But it's just, let me just pluck out a sentence. And it mentions a bunch of things towards the end, but no, I'm not going to do that. At the very end, though, in the book, in these pendencies and everything, it mentions like different laws and things of the past, like some from India stuff from like Indians, China, like the Jewish Old Testament, he puts it, New Testament, different things and different laws that seemingly would be in place from other people of old ancient societies that man thinking in his infinite wisdom of today can like, oh, I can overcome that. We are modern. We are this. And it's like, yeah, you're modern and everything, but if people ancient who had the better ideas on how the things could do and just only limited by what they had, yet they had morals that worked, and you're trying to think, oh, we can go without that. That won't matter. You're an idiot, no matter how smart you are. But that's just continuing on with it and everything. So basically, again, I don't know if it was paper, actual oral lecture, or anything like that, but it is. Again, if I ever think I'm too smart, just pick up Mere Christianity and I can add that to like, oh yeah, you're not smart, Brennan. Just whack yourself right the head. No, you're not the smartest man alive. So, but as far as the abolition of man, man overcoming himself in a way of like, we can overcome this nature, but it's just kind of like, well, you've seen how this is with like, well, I hate to say it, like, when you're not in the moral authority with anything like that, atheistic dogmas of like communism and everything, and destroying everything Christian and destroying humanity and everything, and just different stuff going on, breaking of morals and rules. And yeah, it has the famous thing of men without chests and everything. We expect men to have chest, but they do things, but they don't have honor. They don't have this. They don't have that. It's like you see that circle sometimes on social media where it says, strong men create good times, but good times create weak men. Weak men create bad times. Bad times create strong men and stuff. And people are like pointing like, we are here. And this weak men create bad times type scenario and all that. You see that in social media from time to time. Truth of that, but I'm not here to debate on that and everything. I'm here to discuss a book. And I can't really well discuss it very much if I don't really understand it and everything like that. So I turn to you. I'll try to do some more research on it and everything like that, find out who these authors specifically he was referring to. He used antonyms or synonyms, whatever you want to say, for these different authors, but he made it clear to whoever audience he was addressing that you would be knowing who he's talking about. So it's like, okay. So I have to do probably some more research into that end. But as far as the writing style and everything, C.S. Lewis with, the intellectual prowess that he holds and being able to just do all these different stuff and everything like that. I would have to compare it to Tolkien's kind of things that he did. And what were the other Inkling names? I had to look them up again. I knew what their names were, but I had to look into their writings as well. I've seen a couple of Tolkien works. Like, I think I read something on, like, what he wrote on Beowulf or whatever. And I've seen this kind of a cute thing where he wrote things to his kids. But I mean, like an actual academic work. Not, their writings and everything like that. But I'm talking about an academic work or something along that line. Like, this is an academic work for sure by C.S. Lewis. I wouldn't say this is so as academic, but it's written from an academic, his prowess of what he does. So I'd have to look at more what Tolkien would write and what the other guys would have written to see what styling. See, because they all not work together, but were friends with one another to talk with and everything like that. I gotta see what the other Inklings were. I'm sure there was something. All right, well, short review, but what can you say about it? Have you read Abolition of Man? Tell me what you think about it. Tell me what it means. Give me some pointers, maybe things to look at and everything like that. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.